Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Are you ready for the surprise? Let's check it out.
No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. Can somebody save me, save me?
So the big surprise is I got a truck. I have finally got my vehicle to pull my trailer to take my horses places. This is the first on my, I think it was 5 goals for this year for 2022. So we got that one down. Another goal that I didn't realize I already had down. Ooh, it's windy here. It feels amazing. Feels amazing. Another one that I didn't realize that we had already gotten down for some reason was 2 videos a week. So we got that one down too. So we're really making progress. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the truck and about how it came to be. So this is a 2007 Toyota Tundra. And I had, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I had 4 different makes and models that I had in mind. That way I could kind of open up how many different places to look, and my market was a lot bigger. So my choices were the Toyota Tundra, obviously, the GMC Sierra, and the Chevy Silverado, basically the same car, and the Ford F-150. I didn't want some big truck that I was going to be pulling 3, 4, 5, 6 horse trailers in, a gooseneck or anything like that. I just wanted my simple start out to pull my little 2-horse bumper pull trailer, because I doubt between now and a few years to come I'm going to be pulling anything more than about 2 horses. So that's what I was looking at. I had a budget and I was on the search. I had so many to look at. Well, I finally found one that I really, really liked. We went and test drove it. It was a 2010 Toyota Tundra. Obviously, this spoils the story a little bit ahead of time, but we'll continue. So I go and test drive this truck. I really like it. Has lots of room. It's one of those double, or I think it was the Max Crew cab. So it had like big back seats. I could even pull the seats forward, and there's like a lot of room behind the seats that I could use. Amazing. It had an aftermarket backup camera, which was kind of tacky the way they put it in. Not the dealership, whoever owned it before them. And it also had an aftermarket stereo system that was Bluetooth, but it was really not well done. I could live without that. That was not my main concern. My main concern was, can it pull what I want? Can I afford it? Is it good mechanically and engine-wise? That's all I cared about. Didn't care about the color. As long as it didn't have any significant body damage, I was good. It did have a few places. It had some big scratches on the side, and it even had some things like, I guess somebody poured something permanent in the bed of the truck, but that wasn't my main concern. As long as it wasn't rust, it was fine. So I test drive this truck. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed driving it. And at this point, it had been a while, and I was getting really anxious to get a truck. My cousin was coming into town. I was hoping that maybe I could have a vehicle by the time she came into town so that I could drive her around, because I had sold my other vehicle, so I was driving around one of the family's extra cars. Anyway, not the point. We were very blessed to have an extra car, which is the only reason I sold my car before I found my truck. So, really like it. I want to make sure that the engine is good, because even on a vehicle that drives well when you're test driving it, there could be something that could potentially be a lot of money to have to pay for right up front, and I wasn't really willing to do that, especially with how much money I was going to be paying for the vehicle. So, we scheduled an appointment for the next day to get it tried out, or to get it checked out. I was excited. They scheduled me in. They said, okay, you'll be here at what time? I said, I'll be there at 2 p.m. and we'll pick up the truck. We have an appointment at 2:30. So, on our way back home from the dealership, we had all that settled. I'm thinking, okay, we have a scheduled appointment, blah, blah, blah. They call us from the dealership and say, can you move up that appointment earlier? We have someone else wanting to look at the truck. My mom said, do you want to turn around and go back and maybe put money on it so they hold it for you, blah, blah, blah. I said no, because this is one thing that I have been very particular on when it comes to vehicles. And this is the same thing that I did with my Honda Pilot, which was an amazing car. The whole time I had it, literally drove into the parking lot while I was working, and I got the number and it was perfect. Anyway, it had 98,000 miles on it at the time. It was a 2006, and at the time I think I bought it in like 2014, so it was incredible. I had been praying about it and asking the Lord to send the right vehicle along, and He did. Literally sent it right to me. Anyway, so I knew this time, I was like, okay, if I want the right truck, and I want the right truck because I'm going to be pulling my horses in it, and I want everything to work well, and I don't want to have an issue on down the road and put my horses in distress. So I said, you know what, Mom? Tell them that's fine. We can't change it because we really couldn't do it any earlier. And if it's still there when we come out tomorrow, then it's meant to be. And if it's not, then there's something better out there. So basically what happened was I was a nervous wreck, even though I told the Lord, I said, Lord, you can have it. I'm going to let you tell me what's best for me. So I get up the next morning. I'm literally having like back pain from being anxious because I'm like, oh, they could call me at any minute and tell me the car's sold. And the closer we got to time to leave, it almost was like I was getting more anxious but also more relieved at the same time. It was kind of weird. So our plan was to leave at 1:30, and at about 1:10, 1:15, I get a call from the dealership and they had sold the car. That was very disappointing. I was disappointed because the next day my cousin was going to be there. There was no way we were going to find another car before she got there. It was what it was. But then I remembered something. I remembered that there was another truck that I had put on my little favorite list, and it was almost half as expensive. It was a 2007, and it only had about 8,000 more miles on it than the 2010 I had gone to see. So I called the guy up. I said, can we be there and can we take it to our mechanic today? Okay, so this is like 1:15, and our mechanic, we had not canceled the appointment for 2:30 to come bring the car. And so he said, yes, you go ahead, you come up here and you can test drive it, and while you test drive it, you can take it to your mechanic. I said, perfect. So me and my mom, we drove up there. We drove the car all the way to my mechanic. He checked it out, said, you know, every used car is going to have its minor flaws, but overall, this is a good truck. Only really some cosmetic damages, which is nothing like mechanically wrong with it. So I said, all right. And here we are. And that's when I got this truck. So yes, this truck is not only nicer paint-wise, it only has one little spot on the front left. But other than that, it's pretty flawless. I mean, the paint is really nice. Everything works really nice. The inside, you know how usually when you like press a button, you know, and you've had a car forever and the buttons start to fade because obviously it's not perfect. This car almost, I mean, I don't think any of the buttons have faded. It's kind of crazy, but it's amazing. So, needless to say, it's always better to let God handle it because he always ends up knowing the things that are better for you. And so here we are with my new truck. And I'm so excited, and I hope you guys are excited too, but that was the big news and surprise, and that was part of the reason, excuse me, that was part of the reason I was so busy last week that I couldn't film anything. I was having a hard time getting up here, feeding the horses, getting everything done, and then having to leave, and then I had a lot to do. And then my cousin came in town for the weekend, and I didn't want to be distracted from anything. She was only here for like 3 days, but it was amazing. We had a great time. And so I hope I made up for it by this big surprise. So now we only have really, let's see here. Honestly, I think we have like 2.5 goals for the year done. So we are halfway, and we are on schedule. We are on schedule. I will be okay if we don't hit all 5, but get most of them. But I will be even more excited if we get all 5. And my goal is to hit all 5. And that's my plan. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll have my goals video at the end of this video link, you know, when all the credits roll and stuff like that. So you can go check that out too to be reminded of all the goals that we have to accomplish. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.